As far as final challenges go, the Stronghold ain't no slouch. Just about everything we've seen throughout the game comes back with a vengeance here. The fun part is that now we have plenty of tools to deal with things in any way we choose. Like I said back in the factory, the pipes are probably my favourite mechanic that wasn't used enough, and it only really becomes apparent when you see here that the pipe converters can apply any item to the beam. While each individual room is its own decent challenge, the Stronghold is still pretty forgiving with its checkpoints. But checkpoints are for dying, and dying is for losers who would do that, so we're not going to see those checkpoints at all. This is actually the last we'll be seeing of any humanoid robots here on this floor. All 4 of these rooms serve as a pretty fiendish little send-off for them. The timing on just about everything in the Stronghold is quite strict, really. This last robot is especially hard to get past without taking any damage. Now it's the conveyor belt's last hurrah. You could take this room slowly, but where's the fun in that? Never too late to introduce a new element of gameplay, be it small or large. Having said that, those trapdoors are just annoying inconveniences. I'm not really sure why that one-way door is there aside from forcing you to take the other path into the next room. At least there's no reason to go backwards. Definitely don't go through that door. The secret up here provides a much better entrance into the next room. These represent 4 ways you could deal with the next room. I choose smoke bombs. We saw them on the moon's surface, but the rocket turrets sort of got ignored with how quickly I moved through the area. They're actually quite deadly whether you're in an open or confined space if you stick around for too long. Well, thanks for ruining my no damage streak there, buddy. I suppose it's a little ironic that a single rocket was what hit me instead of any of the 3-shot bursts being fired all over the place. They really can be troublesome though, especially when they start firing homing rockets. Aside from the view cones on the first floor, the Stronghold has been pretty tame so far, everything dealing 1 point of damage per hit. So let's play around with some insta-death. We've still got a lot ahead of us, this is only the beginning. In the hard mode video for stages, I mentioned how the visuals were inspired by stage scenery and dollhouses. What I didn't mention was how the enemy design was inspired by old wooden toys. I feel like both of those are most apparent in the Stronghold. The way everything is segmented into these little rooms, the tunnels connecting them like air ducts, the way the foreground and background look, plus the music to an extent, it all gives this wonderful kind of shoebox diorama aesthetic, like we're looking at something a child put together. Which, in a sense, we are. And now to contrast the slow, careful pace of those two rooms, gotta go fast. If you hesitate even a little, you have zero chance of getting the best at the end here. Those lasers were all too easy. I demand more challenge. Now that's more like it. Of course, if they get too overwhelming here, smoke bombs still exist and are still ridiculously overpowered. I wish I'd used the ceiling more than just that one time throughout the game. That you can still move around with it is something that people don't really consider. I certainly didn't. My other option for getting through that would have been jumping on the rotating block in between the lasers, and while that does look ridiculously cool, it's incredibly hard to do and I didn't want to take the risk by this point. Like I said earlier, it's never too late to introduce a new mechanic. These fields of energy don't hurt Kurt, but they do negate the beam completely. How's that for a late game surprise? You can also destroy the emitters if you're so inclined. I can't remember if a secret area counts as being explored if you just reveal it or if you have to actually go into it. Anyway, I'm kind of experimenting here, mostly because I really don't like making this jump. Scares me every time. Now you may be thinking, well, it's an interesting curveball, but these anti-beam fields don't seem like they're doing much besides making some jumps over spikes a little harder. So be it. Another new mechanic. These are lasers that can move and explode on spikes. I guess you could view them as the opposite of the anti-beam fields. While these laser emitters will insta-kill Kurt, just like any other laser, and they'll also move towards him when he's in the room, they are susceptible to the beam and so easily moved out of the way. Down there is possibly the hardest part of the Stronghold. Before we go there, secret! The timing is so precise here that you're almost certainly going to take a hit your first time playing through this. If you don't immediately move from the starting position, it's best to just wait for the rolling robots to head back the other way. Alright, let's do this. I got this. Oh, totally got this. Come on, totally got this. Jump. Got this. Got this. Oh god, got this. Still got this. Come on, got this. Still got it. Totally cool. Still got this. Oh Jesus, took a hit. Still got this. Come on, move. Move. Still got this. Still got this. Very close. Totally got it. The game probably wants you to pick up those vests for the area up ahead, but I've got something else in mind for them. It's the last secret, and one of the biggest in the game. It's a long way to go, and if you die at any point you have to start all over. Good lord, that was close. I thought for sure that there was another room before this one. Alright, now I made a big deal about the souvenirs in the library, rooftop city, and catacombs as the hardest in the game to get. If you couldn't use items for this one, it would have easily trumped all of them. The fact of the matter is, however, that you can disarm or destroy everything in your way, where every other souvenir restricts you to doing exactly what they want. I should note that I've only ever gotten this souvenir twice, this being the second time. As a result, I don't have a definite plan for this room. Don't go into this room without a definite plan for what you're going to do. If you're going to destroy the anti-beam field, do so. If you're going to stop the enemies with music boxes, do so. If you're going to blow everything up with bombs or lasers, do so. What you should not do is half-heartedly try everything like I did. Unless you're really good at adapting to your own stupid ideas, that's not going to work out well for you. I was going to include smoke bombs in one of the definite plans you could have for that room, but that's actually a bad idea. You need at least one to get out, and I'd honestly use two to be safe. Make sure you wash that if you plan to use it later, Cat. Now for the final exam in pit platforming. Quick decisions, precise control while in the beam, cancelling and dropping the beam. It looks simple enough, but it can easily overwhelm you. And with that passed, there's just one thing left to do. Just one thing left to do. Just one thing left to... There we go.